Tonight on News 5 Live, 4 fishermen from Dangriga remain unaccounted for after being reported missing at sea on Friday. A sizable drug and contraband bust in the north. A road traffic accident on the Sand Creek Valley Road leaves 4 persons injured. Fires in San Ignacio and Orange Walk. 2 houses are gutted on 4th Street due to overloaded extension cords. And in the north, a food stall at the temporary bus terminal in Orange Walk goes up in flames. And Andrew Marshallek is appointed as BEL's new chairman. Details of these stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
If we are only as strong as our families, businesses, institutions,
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, December 22nd. I am Marlene Cuellar. The search for 4 fishermen reported missing at sea on Friday continues, despite the efforts of the Coast Guard and Police Department taking an ominous turn. 42-year-old Omar Thompson, 29-year-old Brenton Brackett, 19-year-old Leon Joseph, and Jeffrey Gomez, all residents of Dangriga, remain unaccounted for, following a fishing trip to southern Long Key around December 11th. Thompson's common-law wife, Shani Alvarez, reported to police that her last communication with him was last Monday, while he was reportedly still on the island. Since then, she's made several attempts to reach him, but her calls and messages have all gone unanswered. On Saturday, December 19th, a formal report was made to Dangriga Police, a day after the Belize Coast Guard was notified of their disappearance. According to Operations Officer Lieutenant Kenrick Thomas, they have been actively searching for the quartet of fishermen to no avail. In what appears to be a strange twist, News 5 understands that Dangriga Police are now pursuing a new lead that something untoward may have transpired on southern Long Key involving the 4 men.
On Friday, December 18th at about 11:40, our operations center received a call reporting of 4 missing persons at sea. They were last seen departing southern Long Key en route to Dangriga. The vessel was described to us as being an 18-footer powered by a 40 horsepower engine, white skiff named Sea Life. Immediately, the Coast Guard initiated a search and rescue operation. This surface operation is still ongoing and is being collaborated very closely with the Dangriga Police and fisheries officers out at Twin Key.
Can you tell us what perhaps were the marine conditions or the weather conditions that the men may have been facing on Friday when this vessel was reported missing?
The marine condition on Friday was very calm seas, but I cannot tell prior to. But after calculating set and drift in relation to the date that they were last seen, the Coast Guard has executed several search patterns. These patterns were all conducted in different areas: creeping line, expanding square, parallel, and trackline searches. These patterns were executed within a search area of Riversdale, north to Colson Point, east to southern Long Key, and south to the Pelican Keys, covering a total of 20 square nautical miles.
What are the family members saying? I'm certain that you guys are probably in communication. They've given you a profile perhaps of these individuals. What are they saying?
The family members just only presented to us where they were last seen, how many persons were on board, and the area they are known to conduct their fishing activities.
What is the likelihood at this point in time that these men may be found either alive and in one piece or without facing some kind of difficulty at sea, perhaps loss of water or food or that sort of stuff?
We haven't received any report of the vessel not being seaworthy, so the Coast Guard are still conducting surface search in the likelihood that we could locate them safe at sea. We would like to inform the general public that if they might have any information that could assist the Coast Guard with our search efforts, to please contact our operations center at telephone number 222-5262 or any nearest police station.
On Sunday, Dave Brackett Sr. spoke about the disappearance of his son, Brenton. He says that the men went out on a routine fishing trip near southern Long Key, and based on a call that Brenton had with his common-law wife on December 12th, they were to return later that day. They never did, and now it's been 11 days since they left Dangriga town en route to the area and were last heard from 10 days ago.
I just understand that they left town on the 11th of this month on a fishing trip like what they usually go on. They have returned so far. Left word that they would have been back in town on the 12th of this month. And that's last week Saturday. That's what I heard. What I understand.
to fish?
Lanky area, the area around Lanky.
So they always do this? They always go fishing?
Yeah, they usually do that.
And come back, how long it usually take out there?
About a week, them most tourists go. Sometimes overnight, 2 days, 3 days, up to about a week.
Did they call anybody?
He called his common-law wife, the person he lives with. He called her on the 12th. Said that they were coming back home on that day.
More or less what time was that?
I'm not sure what time. He didn't tell me what time they called her.
But they were leaving where? From where?
They were leaving from Lanky.
There are reports reaching our news desk this evening of a major marijuana haul in the north where a significant drug bust was made by the mobile interdiction team. Likewise, the seizure of a large quantity of contraband items, including liquor, has also been made as police continue to ramp up their operations in the Orange Walk and Corozal districts. While the confiscated marijuana is yet to be weighed, it is believed that the quantity comes up to roughly 200 pounds. Of note is that sizable shipments of Mexican weed continue to be smuggled into Belize from the north, while uncustomed or contraband beer, cigarettes, and groceries are illegally trafficked through border communities in the Orange Walk district. A crash on Monday afternoon sent 4 persons to the hospital. Dangriga resident Daniel Norales was driving a green Ford Ranger pickup with 3 passengers on the Sand Creek Valley Road when he lost control at around mile 4. The group had left Pomona and was heading to Dangriga when the crash occurred. Norales and Ulrich Castillo were flung from the car. Norales received serious head and body injuries, while Castillo suffered serious head injuries. The other 2 men, Eric McKenzie and Lyndon Kelly, did not receive life-threatening injuries. The men were rushed to the Southern Regional Hospital for treatment. Primary care paramedic Giovanni Martinez arrived on the scene shortly after, and he told us what he saw.
While traveling on the bus, I saw that there was a police car racing to a scene. When I arrived on the scene, there was actually a car accident. The car actually ran off the road 4 miles on the Southern Highway. So when I arrived there were actually 4 injured personnel, and I decided to call the ambulance service, which is the one that I actually work for. And I assisted and aided in moving the patients from the location they were on to the hospital itself. The scene itself, they were driving in a pickup truck. There was 4 of them in a pickup truck. They were going, I guess, headed towards Balmopan. And when they got to the curve, it looks like the driver lost control, and that is how they ended up ending up in the ditch itself. There was quite an extent of damage to the vehicle itself. It is good that the 4 patients are actually still doing really well. Hopefully the doctors, do a really good job in triaging.
What kind of injuries do you think they sustained?
So the 2 patients that I was assisting, one of them actually had a broken femur and a broken humerus, broken arm, broken leg, and the other one had received fractures to the chest area, left side of the chest area.
More than 220 COVID-19 related deaths have been recorded since the pandemic hit Belize. Belize has confirmed more than 10,000 COVID-19 cases, with 1,486 active cases as of Monday night. Dozens of patients remain hospitalized, while the fatality rate stands at 2.21%. In response to the continued increase in numbers, the government of Belize implemented a nationwide curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Travel to the Orange Walk and Corozal districts is prohibited unless it is for work, conducting work operations, medical supplies, or emergency, delivery of food, foreign tourists on tour, or purchasing of food or medical supplies. According to Minister of Health and Wellness Michelle Shabat, the 2 northern districts were placed under the specific quarantine regulation because majority of the country's COVID cases are in Orange Walk and Corozal.
Many people say, well, why Corozal and Orange Walk? Why have you singled us out? What we've seen from our statistics that the ministry is collecting, and in particularly the epidemiology department of the ministry, is that the highest rates of transmissions are in those 2 districts, unfortunately. They have 15, for every person infected in Corozal and Orange Walk, they are now infecting an additional 15 persons, and that is the statistics we have over the last 5 weeks. And hence the reason we felt that it is important to hold it down a little bit in those 2 districts to stem the transmission of the virus. As you all know, the virus is spread by human behavior. That's the bottom line. And unfortunately, in those 2 districts, we have not been able to stem it with what was in place before. And we felt it was important to now put in some stringent matters, at least for a period of time, to try to curb the rapid rate of transmission in those 2 districts.
Health and Wellness Minister Michelle Shabat also provided an update on Dr. Marvin Manzanero. Manzanero had been hospitalized after contracting COVID-19, but he's now at home recovering. During his time away, Dr. Melissa Diaz was appointed as Acting Director of Health Services. And from what Minister Shabat said, it does not seem like Manzanero will return to his office as Director of Health Services. However, according to Shabat, Manzanero will return to the ministry and will play a key role in advising the government.
I want to take the opportunity, since we're talking about this team, to talk a little bit about our former DHS, Dr. Manzanero. His name comes up every time we are on a press conference or a talk show. They ask about him. And I want to say that I'm pleased to say that Dr. Manzanero has now been released and he is at home recovering. And we certainly wish him a speedy recovery. And I want to clarify that there are no issues between him and I. It is unfortunate that this issue has become sensationalized. No? I believe that he is a highly qualified doctor. I believe that he did the best that he could possibly do while he was the DHS. But we are in a war, so to speak, in this country, Marlene and Isani. COVID is no joke. And in times of war, we need a wartime general, right? We need someone who has actually been on the ground, seeing this firsthand, knowing on a first-hand level what this pandemic is about, knowing how to address, knowing how to react to these circumstances. And so that is why we had a shift. In war, you need a wartime general. And we found in Dr. Diaz, that person. She has been on the ground. She has been on the front line battling this virus. And so we placed our trust in her to lead this team. We are not gonna throw the experience and the knowledge that he has. We're not going to show that. We look forward to his full recovery and for his reincorporation into the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And we do expect that he's going to be part of this team, helping to advise and to lead the country along the correct path.
Coming up, a new board of directors for BEL and fires in San Ignacio and Orange Walk. As the Briceño administration settles in, the appointment of new executives to various statutory bodies remains ongoing. Following the selection of a new board of directors for Belize Telemedia Limited 2 weeks ago, BEL has also named a new chairman and 4 directors for ordinary shares. Attorney Andrew Marshallek has been appointed as the new presiding officer for the utility company, succeeding Senior Counsel Rodwell Williams. Other executives include Anwar Flores of the Big Creek Group, businessman Anil Hachandani, Vice President of the Corozal Free Zone, Emilia Zabane, and Amir Carrillo. The Board of Directors of Belize Electricity Limited was previously comprised of 12 members, including 5 from the government of Belize, 3 from the Social Security Board, 3 from Fortis Cayman, and 1 by the board itself. Those who were appointed by the past UDP government have since resigned and are being replaced by the aforesaid 5. In an employee release issued by BEL on Monday, the company welcomes Marshallek as its new chairman and incoming 4 directors, as well as Marcella Blake for SSB and Lin Young, Kay Menzies, and James Laurito for Fortis. A fire broke out near the Orange Walk temporary bus terminal on Monday night. A popular tamales food stall went up in flames. The flames were intense and neighbors quickly alerted the fire department. Firefighters rushed to the scene and immediately took control of the fire. After the flames were doused, investigators got to work, and according to station supervisor at the National Fire Service, Kenneth Mortis, the fire may have been caused by a leak in the gas tank.
This one was one of the stalls situated in the bus terminal compound. At the current moment, information is still sketchy. However, we can tell you that the proprietor of the establishment is known to us only as Eddie. We've been trying to reach out to him. He hasn't come forward as yet. We can say that the fire started from the stove area. We noted that the stove was left in an on position, and we also noted that the butane had leaks. Now, to conclusively say that it was an unattended stove, we might be speculating because we don't know if he had anything left on cooking. We're looking at the possibility that the stove was a pilot lit stove, and with the valve on and the leaking butane, over a period of time it could have triggered and caused the fire. We can only conclusively say whether something was left on cooking or not only after we have made contact with this proprietor, Mr. Eddie.
It was only his structure that was destroyed?
Fortunately, only his structure was destroyed. Quick response from the neighbors who alerted the fire department of such, and again, quick response to the fire department as well in containing this blaze to one structure.
Sir, would you say that this was a case of negligence on the part of the owner?
It could definitely well be. Looking at the evidence and the remains that we found, like I mentioned just a while ago, his stove was in the on position. We know that his butane tank was leaking, which, I mean, is a real red flag. It's an eye-opener in terms of, if I know my butane tank is leaking, why wouldn't I want to get that matter addressed?
There was also a fire on 4th Street in San Ignacio on Saturday night, and it quickly consumed and destroyed a wooden structure. The blaze spread to an adjacent structure, which was also gutted, despite the extinguishing of the flames by firefighters. An investigation has since revealed that an overload of extension cords for Christmas lights outside the house caused the blaze, which has left 2 families without a roof over their heads. The incident occurred around 7:30 p.m.
Then our team in San Ignacio received a call from the police department of a house fire in progress. Indeed, 4th Street, San Ignacio. Protocol, we responded with our units, and upon arrival we found that particular structure, which was a wooden structure, engulfed in flames. Our team got into firefighting operations in extinguishing and containing this fire. Unfortunately, not before the adjacent house, which was next to it, also suffered heavy fire damage. We commenced our investigation, and we learned that the fire started from the primary house, which is situated at number 4, 4th Street. the cause of this fire was as a result of an electrical flaw, meaning that the primary house that was totally gutted was sharing electricity with the secondary house, and by doing that we had a series of extension cords whereby the proprietor wanted to beautify his place with the Christmas trees and Christmas lights for the upcoming Christmas celebrations. So that is where we're at when it comes to the fire in St. Ignacio.
So illegal wiring?
Not illegal wiring, abuse of electricity. They were overloading the electrical cords in trying to beautify the house for the Christmas celebrations.
Sir, so everything was lost, everything was destroyed, both houses?
You can say both houses lost everything, even though the adjacent structure still remains standing, but it's not in a livable condition, so to speak. Both families will now have to try their best to rebuild and reform and try to get their lives returned to a sense of normalcy.
The owners of the buildings are Amelita Segura and Raphael Smith. Smith and his family were not at home at the time of the fire. While we were with the station supervisor of the National Fire Service, he shared safety tips for residents during this festive season and the need for persons to adhere to certain guidelines so that fires can be prevented.
It's something that the fire department has always tried to be advocate about in educating the general populace, the do's and don'ts when it comes to fires. We know that, and we've always preached, the importance of using the appropriate or the regulated extension cord when you want to add these pretty lights, so to speak. I've always said it before and I'll say it again, make the proper investment and you will have a long-lasting or safe Christmas, so to speak. We have extension cords that are designed for outside use and indoor use. Do not go about the cheap route and try to use the $4.95 extension cord designed for lightweight stuff and try to run a series of lights off that cord and then also try to do your tree as well. All these hardwares do sell the heavy duty and outside use extension cords. That is one way you want to go about it in terms of trying to enjoy what the festive celebration season has to offer when you want to sit back and look at your house and say, yeah, this is a pretty house, you know, you want to enjoy that. So let us take that extra couple dollars and do what needs to be get done.
With the Christmas season in full swing, many Belizeans are shopping safely given the COVID times. So what better way to do that than by shopping online with Belize On? During this time, there are great deals and offers online for consumers. Whether you're looking for that unique gift for the family or buying all the groceries you need for that traditional Christmas dinner. It's all available at Belize On, as News 5's Dwayne Moody finds out.
With final preparations underway for that traditional Christmas meal and the realities of the COVID-19 pandemic, many Belizeans are looking for a safe and efficient way to shop, whether for the list of items needed for that turkey dinner or even for great gifts for those friends and that special loved one. Belize On has been making the process of getting ready for December 25th as simple as the click of a button.
Yes, turkey, ham, sausage, rotisserie chicken every week. We bring fresh produce, fruits and veg to our customers. So everything you want for your dinner table is there. And beyond that, we have gifts, we have locally made products that are out of this world. And a lot of electronics, basically whatever you need, it's there.
Belize On, since establishing itself late last year, has grown to provide so much more than an online platform where you can source and buy almost anything Belizean, from small, medium or large-scale businesses. Uniquely branded souvenirs or products from artisans, the agro-processing sector, groceries and even clothing are also found on the site, which continues to grow daily.
We've been here for over a year and we've been growing steadily. And I think one of the things that I'm particularly proud of is that we deliver a level of customer service that is not otherwise seen in this country. We respect and love our customers, and it shows in every transaction we do. So the good thing about Belize On is that in the course of the last year, we have managed to connect Belize in ways people didn't think was possible, and it's exciting. Every day brings a new way of doing it.
One online shopper who has been using the service for quite some time is Andre Pitts. Browsing the site and taking advantage of great deals that are delivered within no time is like receiving a Christmas gift that you had been wishing for.
As someone who love online shopping, just the idea of interacting with a business virtually and then get this item delivered to you, it's just thrilling for me. With Belize On, you definitely get the product you think you may buy. In Belize, we're kind of limited since forever when it comes to e-commerce. And even though people they offer online shopping in terms of contacting through Facebook, and after 10 steps, you'll get your product delivered. Belize On, everything automated. A few months ago, I buy one wine box special. They had 8 bottles of wine, big discount. And I swear within about 30-40 minutes, I see a motorcycle pull up outside my work. That could have never possibly be Belize On. I couldn't believe it, and indeed that was them. And so I give them 5 stars. Easy to use, and you get your delivery on time.
Belize On has evolved from selling products to connecting Belize to the rest of the world. Co-founder and general manager Kay Menzies speaks about its door-to-door freight service.
When we started off, we said, well, we want to be able to connect small businesses that are otherwise limited to one municipality. Let's say they're selling their baked goods in Cayo. And through Belize On, they're able to extend those baked goods all the way to Keycocker, Corozal, PG. And we wanted to make sure that our local producers had that opportunity to grow. But we also wanted to have that for services. We wanted to have that larger businesses, by participating, we're subsidizing smaller businesses. And then it occurred to us, as you know, these things evolve. And as we go along the way, we have a really innovative group. And we realized that basically what we can do is connect Belize. So you can get your top-ups on there. If you're in the States, you can send a gift to your family. You can buy a gift certificate for your best friend who's so picky that you don't know what you want to get for Christmas. And we recently, even beyond that, we introduced a Dropbox service where you know the amount you're going to pay for freight just by the size of the box. You choose your box, you pack your box. It could be cement blocks, it could be feathers, it's up to you. But you fill that box and you pay a fixed price for that, and we will take it for you on our schedule. So even if we don't carry it on the site, we can take it from one home to another for you. It's basically Belize's first door-to-door freight service. And so basically what we've evolved from is beyond just selling products, we are now connecting Belize down to pet grooming, so whatever you want, if we don't have it, trust me, we are going to find a way to get it. And if you have something that you want to sell and you don't know how to get it sold on an online platform, we will find a way. We have an incredibly innovative team of developers behind the site. And so basically one of us has a vision today, and by tomorrow, the beginnings of the service has been developed.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
After the break, surveillance cameras are installed at St. Martin's One Stop Auto Care after a deadly weekend shooting.
Maggie, season's greeting.
World Health Organization, European Union, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
A surveillance camera overlooking St. Martin's one-stop auto care on Partridge Street Extension has been mounted on a lamppost in the wake of a deadly shooting incident over the weekend. Police are yet to make an arrest in the murder of Terrence King, which happened on Saturday evening when a white SUV emerged on the scene and an occupant of that vehicle opened fire on the mechanics at the auto shop. 5 persons were injured, including King, who lost his life in the shooting. Exactly 1 week ago, the U.S. Embassy, as part of its new Community Resource Hub initiative, launched a small business along with the Love Foundation and Kobe Foundation and a handful of young men as a way for them to stay out of trouble as reformed gang members. The deadly assault has left the neighborhood reeling and has prompted the installation of a surveillance camera nearby. But is it a little too late?
Mr. Williams say, come try to put up a camera in the areas and try to see if we could put on police boot down the street. We don't beg for protection, we could protect ourselves. But the problem we don't want. That's the reason why we don't mind if there are certain things, because we not really into problem. But the next crowd into problem or whosoever, whatever, how it happen, that's all life go, but we just want to try to protect for ourselves. If the man go throw in the boot, throw in the camera or whatever. But like what I tell them, you always wait till a problem start to make them want to chip in. They could have chip in long before anything start to take place. When I see something happen, I forgot that you were certain minds set on thing and help for one time. You can't want help when it's late. When time things don't flare off, then the help for make the next set trying to flare off, nothing back. Then time you always rough. That's why if you know you want help, you try help for one time early so that certain things can happen in your life.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness received 6 ambulances during a brief ceremony on Monday. The ambulances were donated by the Belize Road Safety Project and they come fully equipped. The ambulances were purchased through a loan from the Caribbean Development Bank in 2019 under Belize's second road safety project. The 6 fully equipped Type 3 ambulances were handed over in support of Belize's Road Safety Master Plan 2030 and will contribute to the improvement of post-crash care. Minister of Health and Wellness Michelle Shabat says that a key component of this multifaceted approach is the speed at which victims of road collisions can first of all, be treated at the scene by competent medical personnel, and secondly, taken to a hospital or health facility for further treatment in a well-equipped ambulance.
Belize was the recipient of grant funds from CDB to assist in the development of an investment plan of action for improving road safety in Belize in December 2010. This cooperation launch in Belize was CDB's first of a kind, using a comprehensive and integrated approach, which included the United Nations Pillars of Action for Road Safety. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, and by extension the government and people of Belize, reiterate their appreciation to the Caribbean Development Bank for the strategic partnership in contributing these fully equipped Type 3 ambulances, which I also understand are rarely hospitals on the move without an operating table, in our efforts to save lives from road traffic crashes and strengthening the post-crash care capacity in Belize. These 6 ambulances will be deployed at the following health facilities. 2 will be deployed to the Northern Health Region, which will be used to cover Orange Walk and Corozal towns and the communities in between. And 1 will also be deployed to assist in the area covering Corozal town to the northern border. Another ambulance will be deployed at the Southern Regional Hospital in Dangriga. 2 are designated for the Western Regional Hospital in Belmopan, and we anticipate that those will be covering Belmopan to the Coastal Road Junction with the George Price Highway and the area of San Ignacio and surrounding communities.
On Sunday, the U.S. Embassy in Belize delivered more than 8,000 pounds of medical equipment to the Carl Hushta Memorial Hospital. The equipment is worth more than 20,000 Belize dollars and was donated by the Heinemann Medical Outreach, also referred to as HMO. The batch of equipment arrived in the country on a C-17 Globemaster U.S. military aircraft through the U.S. government's Denton Humanitarian Assistance Program. The donation is expected to help with Belize's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Denton Humanitarian Assistance Program transports humanitarian cargo donated by U.S.-based non-governmental organizations on U.S. military aircraft. Over the last 35 years, millions of pounds of cargo have been delivered to countries around the world through the program. During the last 10 years, HMO has provided a fully equipped cardiac catheterization lab, supported by the training of personnel to work in the lab, donated operating room equipment for cardiac surgeries, and supported the first open heart surgery in Belize in 2012. When we come back, a budding entrepreneur and turkeys galore this Christmas. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to rage on, many families are struggling to make ends meet. Tens of thousands across the country and across several industries have lost their jobs. Thousands of them are relying on the government to help them through the COVID-19 pandemic. One person who is not is Belize City resident Ava Palacio. Palacio worked in the tourism sector before she was laid off earlier this year. Since then, Palacio has been working on creating her own business. She armed herself with a printer, silhouette machine, and heat press machine and began making picture key holders, sanitizer key holders, t-shirts, and many other products that can be personalized. Her business venture is called Lasting Memories Designs.
I used to work in the tourism industry, and as you know, the tourism industry is no longer, so I was without a job. So instead of depending on the government and, I decided to create my own business and do my own thing to have an income, because I also go to school, so I had to pay for school and all that. So I had to come up with something very fast. We have the double-sided key holders, double-sided picture key holders. It's very cheap and durable, and that's for $5. And then we have the laminated 5-picture one, so you get a cover photo and 5 pictures of your choice, and that's for $10. We also have the hand sanitizer key holders. We customize that to your liking and whatever color you want, and that's for $6. And we also do the bundle of key holders. So you have the hand sanitizer, the lip gloss, any metal of your choice, and the picture, the double-sided key holder, and with that, that's for $20. We also have the shirt. Our shirts are for $25, and we have a mask. I learned that you have to use whatever is around you to, get ahead and to survive. So you don't have to have, a lot of money to start your small business. You can just, come up with an idea and, run with it, and you'll never know what the outcome will be. So I encourage young people, even the adults out there who have to provide for their family, to don't be afraid, take that step and, go ahead with your idea.
The countdown to Christmas Day is in full swing as residents are making those last-minute purchases to make sure that everything is just right for that Christmas dinner with the family, while of course adhering to social distancing rules and following other quarantine regulations. But like they say, once you got the turkey, everything else will just fall in place. So today, News 5's Dwayne Moody went shopping for a turkey at no less than Quality Poultry Products.
Searching for that perfect sized turkey is traditionally a big deal for the entire family. It cannot be too big or too small, and it has to be enough for the entire family and to share a plate of food with the neighbor or close friends and relatives. So to cater to your needs, Quality Poultry Products has various sizes of turkeys.
For the first time in many years, and as memory serves me, we had a discount on turkeys. So, and people were wondering whether or not we would have enough turkeys to last until Christmas. And of course, this is Quality Poultry. This isn't no second class business. So yes, we do have turkeys. This week, of course, like myself, I haven't purchased my turkey as yet. So yes, so the chicken man takes long to buy his turkey, but we have a lot of customers who wait until the last minute, like myself. I believe it's a Belize On culture. And so we knew that would have happened, and we did anticipate that. And so we do have turkeys for sale now. We have all sizes still, so there's no need for anyone to worry or anyone to scurry over because, of course, we are in a pandemic year.
Since the beginning of the month, residents have been heading over to various branches across the country, including San Pedro, to take advantage of the competitive prices for turkeys. Branch manager Andres Salgado says that Quality Poultry Products didn't disappoint this year.
Our smaller turkeys were moving much more faster than anyone would have thought, no? So yes, the 8 to 12 pounds and the 4 to 8 pounds are the most best sellers for this year. We do have all sizes still. I would encourage you though that if you're looking at this interview and you're thinking, man, you know, I still have 2 more days, it's best you come early. Look out for 2021. We have lots coming up 2021. We've been partnering up with some of our suppliers and they've been happy and we've been happy with the outcome and the results. So check us out on Facebook and Instagram if you don't follow us, Quality Poultry Products, and that is where we dish out all of our new items and all of our new promotions that we have.
And for those who are not turkey lovers and would rather indulge in a barbecue or relleno, have no fear because Quality has an array of poultry products to make your Christmas celebration just right, even with all the COVID restrictions.
We had a 25% discount on all our seasoned products because we did realize, again, that a lot of our Belizeans in the north and all the way down south, their traditional Christmas is not necessarily turkey. Their traditional Christmas is a barbecue, right? It's barbecue chicken with ham, right? Or some of them, you know, for New Year's, it's barbecue. So we gave 25% discount on all those season items last week. And of course, our prices are always low. And so, yes, so for this week, we have all chicken products available from extra large chickens for the people who don't necessarily like turkeys. I don't know why you wouldn't necessarily like turkeys, but we do have extra large chickens. And we have chickens all the way down to small chickens in case, you know, you're just a small family. And
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in text at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at News 5 Live. I'm Marlene Cuellar. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.